When preparing for inquiry, the teacher and students need to understand the importance of the process. Guided inquiry encourages students to be curious, develop essential questions, and find and evaluate information in order to gain a deep understanding of content. The skills developed in the inquiry process will prepare students to apply lifelong learning in their personal life, academic settings, and workplace. The following slides will compare Kuhlthau's guided inquiry design, Stripling's model of inquiry, and project-based learning, or PBL. Kuhlthau's model of the information search process provides feelings one may have as he or she progresses through each stage of the inquiry process. She also provides a graphic of what the process looks like from the beginning to the evaluation at the end. It's not a linear path, but a path with ups and downs that lead to new knowledge throughout the journey. Stripling's visual shows the inquiry process as being circular with learning never ending. The learner is able to step back to the prior stage if needed and move to the next stage when ready. The project-based learning model shows the inquiry process happening in 3 stages, a beginning, middle, and end. Each part of the learning process takes place in one of the stages. Next, we'll look at the stages of each model and compare how they are similar. The comparison of the 3 models' beginning stages show this is where students share background knowledge and begin to think of ideas related to the big topic or idea. Each model encourages student curiosity. The next part of the process shows exploration, wondering, and develop and identifying essential questions which drive the inquiry process. Because essential questions drive the inquiry process, it's important to understand what essential questions are. They are fact questions that require research and lead to deeper thinking. They stem from curiosity and are student-developed, teacher-guided. They foster student engagement and focus about a concept. Essential questions are clearly and concisely formulated to direct students to research that will help them construct new learning. Collecting information looks similar in each research model. Each model shows students seeking, evaluating, and using information to gain a deeper understanding of the essential question and content. Creating, constructing, and representing learning in each of the models allows students to enter into what Kuhlthau calls the third space. Students use their background knowledge and information from new content to form a new understanding. This new learning is put together in creative presentations made during the create, construct, and represent learning stages. In the culminating phase of inquiry learning, students share their learning with a wider audience, such as peers, teachers, parents, other classes, community members, etc. New learning can be shared through presentation formats such as Prezis, videos, applications, and audio recordings, just to name a few. Students and teachers should continually reflect on learning and the progress, not just at the end. However, a self-reflection over the entire inquiry process is done after the student or group presents their learning. In this stage, students use their reflections for improvement or curiosity about the next inquiry process they begin. Each model has many strengths. Kuhlthau's model shows inquiry is not a straight path, but the student follows many paths, sometimes having to turn around and find a different route. This model also provides feelings students may have during each stage of the process. Stripling's model shows inquiry as a continual learning cycle with students progressing through each stage while being able to refer to the previous stage. The model shows learning never ends, important for the 21st century learner. Each model is student-centered and teacher-guided. Each model connects students' background knowledge and content or curriculum and leads them to the third space to construct new meaning and understanding. Because I've had experience using PBL as a classroom teacher, I have adapted this as my inquiry model in the library. This model is designed for students to choose an idea from the concept map they want to know more about and work in groups to find and evaluate information, create a representation of their learning, and share learning with another audience. I plan to add in the individualization of the Kuhlthau and Stripling models and encourage students to choose their own interest to focus on throughout the inquiry process. In addition, I will encourage students to think of inquiry as a cycle of learning that doesn't end with a final presentation, but starts over with new curiosity, questions, and learning. I have entered into the third space. Inquiry learning is aligned with the Common Core standards and AASL's 21st century standards. Many teachers wonder, where do I get started with the inquiry process? Leslie Maniotes suggests developing a core team consisting of the teacher librarian, classroom teacher, and an additional teacher such as a tech teacher or reading specialist. As a team, look at the Common Core and AASL standards. Which standards does your team want to meet? Lastly, spark student curiosity and encourage students to never stop being curious.